Now, before I get into this review, I just want to give a big shout out to my boy Rich at Sculptimo Toys, man. Third time you came through for me, man. I got this figure at a good price, so I just want to let you guys know, if you haven't shopped at Sculptimo Toys, I highly recommend checking them out. I will leave the link in the description below. So that being said, let's go ahead and dive right into this Joker review. What the heck is up, you guys? Animated Heroes here, back with another action figure review for you guys. And as you can see, this time it's of the Mezco 112 Collective Pose, Play, and Display. The Mezco exclusive Joker Deluxe Edition, as you guys can see at the bottom. And I am very excited for this figure. This is the reason that I passed on the first one. I wasn't excited for that one whatsoever. And I just knew they were going to make one of these even before they announced it. So that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at that sexy packaging and then get the figure out of there so we can dive into it. Now, for the sexy packaging, it's pretty much the same thing that you get with most Mezco exclusives from what I've seen. But you got the J right there for Joker. Of course, the box is green and purple. I really dig that. Joker Deluxe Edition at the bottom, DC right there. 112 Collective Post Play Display, Mezco exclusive right there. So yeah, if you don't got this, expect to pay a lot. Mezco 112 at the bottom, nothing much. On the side, you got the J right there. Same thing on both sides. Actually, at the bottom, you got all this stuff that doesn't matter. And then, of course, on the back, you got this cool image of just a Joker face and a whole lot of ha-ha-ha's on it. So I dig that. Nothing special about the box. I mean, the coloring is the only thing that makes it pop and look cool. But that being said, let's go ahead and get into the figure because the packaging doesn't matter. Now, straight out of the packaging, I just gotta say, design and sculpt wise, Mezco, man, this figure looks damn awesome. I'm very impressed so far with just the looks of it. This is my first time owning a Joker of such high quality, so bear with me. But man, just the clothing looks great. So far, the figure looks great. All the facial sculpts are like dead on. They got the mischievous grin, sinister looking face. The top hat that he comes with is pretty cool. I don't know if that's just for this face or not. I think it is. I don't think you can take that off, so I'm not even gonna do that. I'm not sure. But man, I really dig this so far. Like the purple suit. It's just, man, and this is new to me. I've never got a Joker of high quality. So yeah, this, in my opinion, so far is the best Joker that I've ever seen. But I'm going to try not to fanboy too much about that. So I'm going to go ahead and put him back so that we can take a look at his height. Now, height-wise, I do believe that Mr. J is supposed to be a pretty tall character. And that's why I switched the head as well, because it's not supposed to be height to the top of his hat. It's actually to the top of his head. So to the top of his head, he stands just a little bit over 6.5 inches. So he is definitely a pretty tall figure. And of course, I'll do some size comparisons with him and my Mezco Batman, because I don't have a lot of Mezco figures at all. And of course, some SH figure arts and other stuff coming up later. But that being said, let's go ahead and move right on to that articulation. Now, articulation wise, the first thing is something that I noticed even before I got this figure, but the heads are all connected to the neck. So when you move the head, you have to move the entire neck. You can get him to look up about that much, which is really good for a head that's just on a neck. You can get him to look down that much, which is a very decent amount. Of course, he has a whole lot of tilt, but like depending on how you turn it, the neck kind of looks a little long, but you can pretty much move it around however you want. He feels like he does have a diaphragm joint in there, but it doesn't work very well. He can't lean forward that much at all. He actually does have a waist as well. I think it's on a ball peg. I'm not really sure, but you can feel it in there. So he does have it, but the articulation on it is pretty hindered. I don't know why. Maybe it's the clothing, but it feels like it's a little bit more than that. I don't know the design of this guy, but his arms can't really go out that much. Maybe it's the jacket. Who knows? Let me take it off real quick and find out. So actually what it is that the joint just feels really stiff, but his arm does go up about that much, which is actually pretty good. I don't want to force it in that jacket because I'm also afraid of ripping this material, so that's one thing I definitely don't want to do. You can turn it at the shoulder, which that works pretty well. He is actually at the elbow, he has single jointed elbows, so you get right at 90 degrees, so not a whole lot. And one thing I noticed is that his arms don't really have much paint on them at all. They're not like his face where you can see a little bit of detail in it. They're just plain white, which, I mean, it's not really a bother to me, but I know it might be to some people. And his hands are on a smaller joint than what Mezco normally uses, but I mean, you still can get a whole lot of range of movement out of them. That's actually really good. So you can move them around pretty well. He does turn at the waist just a little bit. I don't want to rip anything, so I'm not turning him too much, but he turns well enough. His foot goes up about that much, and there's no drop down method or anything from what it feels like. He kicks back right at that much before you start to force the pants, and I would say I don't think you should have him doing the splits any more than that, so I'm not going to force it. His knees bend about that much. It feels like they are double jointed, so that's a good thing. That's definitely a plus. Foot goes down that much, goes up that much. He does have slight ankle pivot, not very much, but it is there. And he doesn't have a toe hinge. So articulation wise, I mean, decent, not the best from Mezco, but I normally don't even think Mezco gets toe hinges, so for the most part, it's all right. The arms could be a little bit better, but for the most part, everything's fine. For accessories, there's definitely a lot to talk about with this guy, and that is exactly why I bought him. First off, he comes in the package with this head on right here with this awesome grin. He comes with a pair of fist hands, which is awesome for a Joker because, I mean, he's more of a trickster. He's not really much of a fighter, so the fact that they included fist hands is awesome enough. He comes with one open hand. I'm not really sure what it's for. He comes with two pair of gripping hands, and those are for some of the accessories I'll show in just a second. He comes with a hand for holding this card, and the card I don't believe is removable, but it looks awesome. I really dig the sculpt on this hand, and just the card itself is awesome. They did it front and back, so I definitely dig that. And lastly, for his hands, he comes with a trigger hand, and that is for holding the pistol that he comes with, which comes with a clip that you can, I believe, put in. I don't know, maybe that doesn't go in there. I thought it did, but I mean, it does come with it, so yeah, that's pretty awesome. He does come with an Uzi, which this clip is removable, and he also comes with an extra, so as you guys can see, he has two of those. He comes with his crowbar, which we all know what this is for, and it actually has blood on it. I can't believe they did that. Tamashii Nations wouldn't go that route, but man, that's cool that they did that. Also, for the pistol and the Uzi, he comes with this gun shooting effect piece. I believe the first time we saw it was Deadpool. Not Deadpool, now I can't even think of the name, Punisher. You just plug that in there, and I wish it didn't have the bullet in it, or at least I wish they had two of them where one has the bullet and then one doesn't, but I mean, it's very cool to have. It definitely makes shots look a whole lot better. He comes with this awesome knife. I really dig this. That's pretty cool. The sculpt on that is nice, and so is the paintwork. He comes with this, like, I think it's a shaver. I've never seen him use this, but it's probably a weapon he used in the comics, and I just don't know about it, but it's definitely cool they included that. He comes with one of these. These are his little laughing teeth. Like, I think for the most part, he's never used these to actually attack, but usually in his lair, he'll have these things laying around the floor, and one of them has a gold tooth. That's pretty funny. I can't believe that they included that gold tooth, if I can talk. He comes with a bomb, which this is probably the coolest thing they got. If you actually look close, the time on there is actually painted, or I believe it's painted in. You can see it goes from 1 to 12. That's one thing I really dig, and just the paint on it is pretty clean. There's shading throughout it, and it actually looks like it's dirty, like a real bomb. So that's one thing I dig. This is a very cool accessory to include, because we all know Joker loves blowing things up. Now, as for faces, he comes with a laughing face. I'm very glad that they included this, because Joker is always laughing, so this is necessary. He comes with the smiling face, which, man, that is a very menacing grin. I dig that. He comes with a slightly angry face. I don't know if the pictures I've seen with people posing him with this face is him like getting hit by Batman, but it's probably him when his plans get ruined. And last but not least, he comes with this face where his teeth are knocked out, he has a black eye, and it's definitely after Batman is beating him up. So accessory wise, this guy is great. One thing I almost forgot about is the fact that he also comes with a trench coat, and this is probably my most favorite accessory because I don't know what it is about Mezco figures and trench coats, but God, they are awesome, and I know this guy's going to look pretty cool in it, so I will show this off in some shots at the end of the video. Be sure to check those out. For some size comparisons, here he is standing next to some of my other Jokers. First off, it's the animated series Mark Hamill Joker, which everyone considers the greatest. Next to that is the Heath Ledger SH Figure Arts Joker, which everyone considers the greatest live action. And of course, the one that people like the least, that I like the most, the Mafex suit version Jared Leto Joker. Next up, here he is standing next to the DC Icons Harley Quinn and the DC Collectibles Dark Knight Rises Joker Thug. Next up, here he is standing next to the Marvel Legends Nobody, and of course the one that matters the most, the Mezco exclusive Batman Ascending Knight. And as you guys can see, these two look very well next to one another, but of course, like all Mezco figures, they tower over just about everything. Now, I'm not going to lie, this guy is already my definitive Joker, and that scares me simply because the clothing on him, and this is just something that I picked up, the clothing on him seems like it's much more easy to rip than on Batman, and I can tell this is a figure that I'm really going to enjoy posing. I'm going to try hard to get a second one because I want to have one just to keep in the package because this guy is awesome, man. I really didn't think that I was gonna like this Joker that much, but honestly, I could never just find that one classic Joker that I could get into and really enjoy as a figure. One that reminds me of Mark Hamill, the guy who plays him. This guy here, this right here is this Joker, just more detailed, and that's how I see it personally anyway. But I just wanted that one Joker that would scream Mark Hamill every time I posed it, and this is it. This is exactly what I wanted. So I'm going to try hard to get my hands on another one of these. I don't want to pay that aftermarket price, so I'm going to hit up my boy Sculptimo and pray for the best. But anyway, that's not the point. The point of this is to review this figure, and I highly recommend this figure, especially if you collect the Mezco line. Now, this guy is going to be hard to get. If you look on eBay, he's already going for close to $250, some up to $300. So you don't have this guy and you want him, I think you should definitely get him now before he goes up anymore, because Mezco has already announced they do not re-release figures. So if you miss out, especially on an exclusive, then you just miss out. You're just going to have to pay whatever it goes up to. And I know that sucks, but that's just the way it is with these guys. And also, there is another Joker coming out. I believe it's the Crown Prince of Crime. That one's not coming until next year. I will be picking that one up as well, just because I like this one so much. So, yeah, that's my review of this guy. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. That always helps me out. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already for more action figure reviews. And, of course, follow me on everything you see listed in the description below for more content. And, as always, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.